Hi, welcome back to our channel where we bring you the best selection of children's stories, nursery rhymes and educational videos. Today we're going to read you a wonderful story called The Adventure of Nutty, the Curious Little Squirrel. But before we start our story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you'll never miss any of our fun and exciting videos. And now, let's begin our enchanting tale. Chapter 1. The Lively Forest. Once upon a time, in a lush, green forest called Evergreen Woods, animals of all kinds lived peacefully together. The forest echoed with birds singing, streams bubbling and leaves rustling in the wind. Among all the animals there was a little squirrel named Nutty. Nutty had shiny brown fur and a fluffy tail like a tiny feather duster. He was known throughout the forest for being curious, energetic, and just a little bit stubborn. Every day, Nutty would scamper through trees and bushes, eager to explore every corner of the forest. One day, Nutty's mother warned him, "The forest is huge, Nutty. Be careful when you play. You never know what might happen." Nutty thought, "If I don't explore, how will I ever find something amazing?" And off he went, looking for adventures. One bright morning, with sunlight peeking through the treetops, Nutty quietly left his nest. He tiptoed past giant roots and over crunchy leaves, his heart full of excitement. He had a feeling today was going to be special. As Nutty continued his adventure, he noticed something unusual. On the ground in front of him was a large, dry leaf with strange swirls and dots drawn on it. It looked magical. Nutty bent down and gently touched the leaf. When he lifted it, he found an old piece of paper hidden underneath. It was a hand-drawn map, filled with symbols, twisty lines, and a big red X at the end. Nutty's heart pounded with excitement. He knew he had found something very important. Carefully, he folded the map and tucked it into his leaf pouch, then followed the path marked on it. The map led Nutty to a massive tree covered in moss. High up on one of the branches sat an old owl, quietly watching with his eyes half closed. The owl asked, "What are you looking for, little squirrel?" Nutty jumped a little, but quickly replied, "I'm searching for treasure. I found this map hidden under a strange leaf." The owl flew down slowly and gently picked up the map with his claw. He examined it closely, then gave a small nod. "This is an ancient map. It leads to a very special place in the forest, but the path is not easy. Only those who are brave and kind will reach the end." Hearing this, Nutty's eyes sparkled. He thanked the owl and set off again, with the old map in his paw and adventure in his heart. Chapter 2. A Friend in Need. According to the map, Nutty needed to cross a small stream and climb a mushroom hill to reach the next spot. On the way, he stumbled upon a grey rabbit struggling under a fern. The rabbit seemed to be searching for something in the grass. "What are you looking for?" Nutty asked. "I dropped the string that ties my carrots together," said the rabbit, looking worried. "Without it, they'll all roll away." Without hesitation, Nutty joined the search. After a short while, they found the string tangled in a patch of moss. The rabbit was so thankful and, after hearing about the treasure hunt, asked if he could come along. "Of course," Nutty replied, smiling. Not far ahead, they met a porcupine with reddish-brown quills that stood tall like a crown. Everyone called him Spikey. When he saw the two new friends looking confused at a fork in the trail, he offered to help. "I'm going to the red berry clearing," Spikey said. "Are you headed there too?" "Yes, we're on our way to find some very special treasure," Nutty replied. From that moment, the three animals continued the journey together. Each of them had a special skill. Nutty was quick and clever, the rabbit was smart and careful, and Spikey was brave and strong. They shared food, laughed together, and told each other fun stories. Soon, They heard a gurgling sound. Following the music, they came across a beautiful waterfall hidden behind tall trees. Behind the waterfall was a secret cave. "Wow, I can't believe we found it," Nutty whispered. Inside the cave was a sparkling pool of water surrounded by colorful pebbles and glowing crystals. Before they could look further, they heard a loud, "Who's there?" Startled, the animals hid behind a crystal. A grumpy badger waddled out of a hole in the wall, holding a lantern. "Go away!" the badger snapped. "I don't want to share my treasure." But Nutty couldn't understand why the badger wanted to be so mean. So he called out, "We won't hurt you. We just want to talk." The badger looked surprised. "Talk? What do you want to talk about?" "Well, your light made everything sparkle. It's the prettiest cave I've ever seen," Nutty said kindly. The badger seemed to think for a moment. "Oh, it's just an old rusty lantern. Nothing special," he mumbled. Then he lowered his voice. "Actually, I lost my sister. She wandered off and didn't come back. Could you help me find her?" "Of course," said the rabbit. "Which way did she go?" "She went through that crack," said the badger, pointing his paw. The three friends thanked the badger and crept through the crack. Suddenly, a rock fell in front of them, blocking the way. "How are we supposed to move this big rock?" Spikey asked. "Maybe we should ask the badger for help," Nutty suggested. "He was so mean to us," the rabbit said, shaking his head. "I don't want to help him." At that moment, Nutty realized something. He knew how to use his quick mind and his strength, along with the help of his friend, to solve problems. "We can push it together," Nutty said with a smile. 1, 2, 3. They all pushed hard and moved the rock just a little. Then Nutty had an idea. "Look under here," he said, pointing to a small opening. When they looked inside, they saw a lever. Nutty pulled on it, and the rock moved aside, revealing a tunnel. Chapter 3: Through the Tunnel of Mystery. Inside the tunnel, the walls sparkled with colorful crystals. At the end, they spotted a glimmering light. "I wonder what it is," the rabbit said excitedly. As they got closer, they saw it was a key. They took the key and continued on until they came to a wooden door set into the cave wall. "Wow, I bet the treasure is behind this door," Spikey whispered. They tried to open it, but it was locked. Nutty put the key in the keyhole and turned it. The door swung open with a creak. Behind it, they found a room filled with sparkling jewels, gold coins and chests overflowing with precious gems. Nutty's eyes widened in amazement, but then he saw something even more wonderful. There in a corner sat a small bush with beautiful purple flowers. The flowers were delicate and elegant, unlike anything Nutty had ever seen before. Suddenly a sweet voice said, "Hello." Startled, the animals looked around. "Who's there?" Nutty asked. "It's me," the voice said. "I'm the forest spirit." The animals gasped. They had heard stories about the forest spirit, but never thought they would meet her. "Thank you for freeing me," the forest spirit said. "I've been trapped in this cave for a long time. As a reward, I will grant each of you a wish." "Oh, I want to see my family and friends," the rabbit said. "I haven't seen them in so long." In a flash, the forest spirit waved her magic wand and the rabbit disappeared. "I want to become the strongest animal in the forest," said Spikey. With a wave of her magic wand, the forest spirit made his wish come true. Now it was Nutty's turn. He thought for a moment. All the treasure and jewels in the world couldn't compare to the adventures he had with his new friends. "I want to be a great adventurer like myself," Nutty said. The forest spirit smiled. "Your wish is granted," she said, and with a wave of her magic wand, she disappeared along with the cave and all its treasures. The animals outside the cave were shocked. Suddenly Nutty felt different. He could feel his paws gripping the ground beneath him, his muscles strong and ready for action. He turned to his friends and said, "Let's go on another adventure." And so they did, forever exploring the wonders of their world together. The end. And that's the end of today's story. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to leave us a comment below and tell us what you thought. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing stories. We'll see you next time.